Hey everyone, Simfarm here and welcome back to Forza Motorsport as we're going to be taking part in the next series in the Open Class Tour from update 1.6. As you may be able to see on the left hand side, I currently only have, less than 3 days. So I've got just over 2 days to get this finished off as it changes over midnight Wednesday, Thursday morning for me. So I've got 2 full days and the rest of today to try and get these last 2 series, so the ANS finished off before it changes over for the next update. So we're going to be doing the A class today. I've already chosen the car, which we're going to be doing the 2005 Ford GT, and I have also made this up to a 700. I've not actually used this car yet. I've just purchased it and put a few upgrades on. So I've gone for the full race brakes, suspension, anti-roll bars, and the chassis reinforcement roll cage, and also the driveline. So I've done the race clutch, transmission, driveline differential, put a rear wing on the front bumper and the rear bumper, changed the wheels just for some ones that can increase the size off slightly, and then I did have to put a tiny little bit of ballast. So we've got the second ballast on there as well, just to bring it back down to a 700. Yeah, so this is the car we're going to be using. I haven't actually driven this yet, so I'm going to jump in, do practice, and then I may make a few adjustments into the tune settings depending on how it drives, and then we'll jump straight into the first race. Okay, so practice is complete. I've got a 2:01.402 for the fastest lap, which is around about 8 seconds, not quite 8, 2 minutes 8, yeah, about 7 seconds faster than the bonus objective lap time. So practice went pretty well. Car feels really good. I did make a few slight adjustments to the tune setup, like to the springs, ride height and anti-roll bars. So we need to check the fuel and tyres. So we've got a 3-lap race, so again, not a particularly long race. So we'll reduce the fuel to around about 4 laps. Give us that little bit of safety. So average, estimated lap time is 2 minutes 1:59, so it's still a little bit slower than that. But that may have been down to my pedal. If my pedal was working properly, may just get a little bit more out of it. So we'll start in 12th again, and projected finish is P2. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So as I mentioned in the previous Forza video I did, I had that problem with my pedals. I do have my new pedals now. Unfortunately, I'm not able to use them until I get my profile rig, which I ordered as well, and hasn't arrived yet. The new pedals look like they're going to be really nice, but they really need fixing down, and the brake pedals quite stiff on them as well, and they're not good to use when you're sitting in a chair with wheels on, as it just pushes the chair back. So I'm having to still use my Logitech G920 pedals as we get a little bit of collision on the first corner, which are not ideal because I still have that issue with the accelerator pedal. I have stripped them down and cleaned them again, but that problem seems to creep back in after a little bit. It doesn't seem too bad now, so I'll give them a clean out again before recording this, but I estimate that it probably will start cropping up again at some point soon. So yeah, hopefully, I'll probably have to do the S-Class series before I get the new pedal set up, as I don't think I'm going to get time to do that before then, as it's probably going to take me a whole day just to change around my office and get the new rig all built and then everything set up. But yeah, hopefully it won't take too long, and then I'll have some better pedals to use. But I am using my new steering wheel, so I've got the Moza R12 wheelbase, so direct drive wheelbase, with the RS V2 wheel, which is a very nice wheel and very nice wheelbase. It's a very strong force feedback with 12 newton meters of peak torque. So yeah, big step up from the Logitech G920 wheel. And some cars, it really does take a bit of strength to get them through the corners. It's just amazing how different each car can feel with the force feedback now. You can actually properly feel the difference in the cars to how they steer, how heavy they are to put through the corners. Like some cars, I really struggle to get them to turn through the corners. This one's not too bad. Coming up to the end of the first lap, and we're still way down in 13th place. So yeah, not a great start. Again, typical Forza. AI drivers always just cut straight across you. Like they've got no detection on the sides as to whether you're there sometimes. We're up to 11th. A little collision there, but that was me. I did go a little bit wide there. A little bit too late on the brakes to try and hug that inside line. Unfortunately, no penalty. We're slowly working our way up the field, but not fast enough. Try and get past these Lotuses. At least he gave me a little bit of space on the inside there. Up to P8 with 1 lap to go. Yeah, I really dislike these short races there. You don't really get enough time to actually get into the race. Hopefully for the next series I might add an extra lap. It wouldn't be so bad if it was just 1 more lap. But I'd much prefer to have the adjuster like there was in previous games, where for career mode you could set the races from short, medium or long. So you could, personal preference, you can adjust it to how you would rather have them. Personally, I'd like a few more laps on these. As I said before, they've just seemed way too short of a race. We're up to P7 currently. We come into the chicane. A little bit of collision there, no penalty. But that probably was partly my fault. I forced him to kind of lose his line a little bit. A little bit late on the brakes for that corner. We're up to P5. I don't know if we'll make the podium. We're a bit too far behind to catch 2 more cars. Might be able to get up to P4 though. Or maybe not. This car is a little bit sluggish off the accelerator out the corner, but we may be able to just pip him to P4. There we go, 4th place in our first race. Not as good as I was hoping for. Our projected finish was 2nd. We didn't quite make that. But yeah, 4th isn't too bad for the first race in this series. And 4th overall in the championship, obviously after one race, so 21 points currently in the standings. Okay, so next race is on Lime Rock Park full circuit alternate. So this is the one with the chicane and the other bit. So we've got 5 laps on this one, and they are probably only about a minute a lap, so it's going to be a very short race. So yeah, I'll jump in, get practice done. We can't really do any more upgrades as we've already maxed out for the A class. Okay, so another practice session complete. I got a 1:02.376, about 3 seconds faster than the bonus objective lap time. So before we jump in, we'll just check the fuel. So we've got 5 laps, so we'll go for around about 6 laps of fuel. That should be more than plenty. And let's go to race. So our projected finish again, if we start in P12, is 2nd. But with this being such a short circuit and only 5 laps, might be tricky to get past enough cars to reach that, but we'll give it our best shot. And yeah, see how we can get on. I do like Lime Rock. It is a nice little track to do. And I've probably done countless number of laps in Rivals on the various different classes on this circuit. Just trying to squeeze a few extra attempts out of your lap time. But yeah, it's not the easiest one to pass cars at times. Oh, those two made it easy for us to get past those. One car took out the other car. There's another car gone off there, and he's gone a bit wide. So it's like they're all moving out the way for me. Got a slight collision there. Where this Ferrari's going. We're up to P8 after the first lap, or 7. There's another car that had gone off there. It's like the AI drivers are really struggling on here today for some reason. I did have one race. I did a free play race on Daytona Oval circuit, and the AI drivers I found can't do that circuit at all. That was crashing left, right, and centre. It's quite funny to watch when you're coming round and there's a car just sitting there at the side of the track on its roof, and you're just like, how? How did you manage that? We're up to P6. Only 8 seconds off the lead. Always remember not to accelerate too hard out of there, because if you catch that curb with your back wheel, you'll lose the back end. So end of the second lap, we're up to P5.
3 more.
3 laps to go. Not quite the gap there. I didn't expect he was going to move over then. But I'll just have to nip down the inside. He kind of shut the door on me, and I got my fingers trapped. See if we can get past this Ferrari though, because he is holding us up a little bit now. We're coming up to the end of lap 3. So P4, 3.9 seconds off the lead. And I've braked way too late there. Try and safely get back on the track. So back down to P6 now. So I think that's any chances of getting podium are probably just gone. My late braking. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to as well, is getting the new pedals so I can have a proper brake pedal for a change, because I'm currently using the clutch pedal. Well, it was the clutch pedal. I did swap it over, but I did change the rubber block because I found the Logitech G920 brake pedal was so stiff that it was virtually impossible to get more than about 30% brake. So yeah, I'm not using an ideal pedal for braking, so my braking is not very consistent. So I'm hoping with the new pedals, once I get used to them, I can build up some consistency with braking, which will help massively. I think that is a very big, well, very important part of the racing, is being consistent on your brakes to go faster. Stuck behind this Ferrari again. As we're on our final lap. As you can see there, it doesn't seem to matter how hard I push down on the brake, sometimes I can't get full like brake power. So yeah, this turned out to be a slightly disappointing race, as we was doing so well. There's that one corner cost us. We come up to the finish line and a second P4 finish. Yeah, but definitely could have done better on that one, or should have done better.
Well done.
Costly mistake.
We finished P4.
So P4 after 2 races with 42 points overall, so 11 points off the lead with 2 races to go. Okay, so next up we're off to Laguna Seca at the WeatherTech Raceway, and this is the full circuit, and we've got 3 laps for the race. So yeah, again, very short race again. Yeah, hopefully this time we can actually get better than P4 finishes. Okay, so practice complete. I did a 1:36.372, which is about 2 seconds faster than the bonus objective lap time. So not great. Well, not it was good beating that time, but it was not a great practice session. I only got 1 lap where I did anywhere close to that. All the others were around about 1:38, 900, 1:39. So we'll start in P12 again. So our projected finish is 4th this time, which is where we finished in the previous 2 races. Would be nice to try and do a little bit better than that this time, especially if you want any chance of going into the final race with a possibility of being able to win this series overall. We've not done too well in the Open Tour Series races. We've currently finished 3rd in both of the previous ones, so it would be nice to do a little bit better than that in this one. But yeah, I think this race is going to be make or break. If we have a good first lap, put ourselves in a good position to try and get into the top 3 for the final lap, and we might have a chance then of getting a good finish in the series overall. But not a good start, as we're probably way back down in 16th now. Slight collision there. As the AI drivers didn't seem to care about other cars being there, they just bashed their way through. So, warning there for avoidable contact, that's fair enough. There's probably going to be another one there for that one. Yeah, I seem to be struggling a little bit on this race so far. Like on the brakes there, going into the corkscrew. Just about managed to get through okay. And gain another place as well as that car went a bit wide. But yeah, any P10 after coming up to the end of the first lap. So lap 2. There you go, P9, 1.6 seconds behind 8. 12 seconds off the lead. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near finishing P1. I'll be fortunate if we can get anywhere close to getting a podium on this one. Up to P8. We're coming up to the start of the final lap for this race. And these short races are just as you're starting to really get into the race, it's over.
Final lap. You got this.
Down the inside. We're up to P6. Is there a chance we could get 4th again? Not if I mess up like that, there won't be. Again, a little bit late on the brakes. I'm not braking quite heavy enough. I don't quite think we're going to make 4th. I think 6 is probably our finishing position now. A little bit too far behind. So I would love to have another couple of laps on here. 5 laps would be probably ideal amount for this circuit. I feel like these Open Tour Series races are always far too short. Like total race time in like 5 minutes. I mean, it's just surely people have got a little bit more time than that they could do 10-minute races. But yeah, P6 a little bit disappointing. Keep our position in 4th overall in the series, 61 points. We're not too far behind, but even if we win the last race, I think these are going to pick up way too many points for us to even overtake them. So maybe we can get another 3rd place finish in the Open Tour Series on this final race. let's see where we're off to. So we're off to Homestead Miami Speedway, and this is the road circuit, the infield one. So we've got 3 laps, and the weather is thunderstorm, so that should be quite interesting. Okay, so practice complete. I was about 1 second off the bonus objective lap time, so a little bit slow in this weather. I found it quite tricky to actually see, and also I probably wasn't going quite as fast through some of the corners as I probably could do even in the wet. I was being a bit reserved with the speed, but we'll give it our best shot. I don't know why it's showing for difficulty. Let me just check I've got the right tyres on. Yeah, wet tyres, 4 laps of fuel. Yeah, not sure why it's showing P1. Wasn't expecting that. I don't think we're going to come anywhere near that, to be honest. Be very surprised if we do. Hopefully we can finish high enough that we give us a chance to get in the top 3 of the series overall. But I think with the conditions and not a track I'm overly familiar with. It's not one I race or I have raced very often. But we'll give it our best shot. And hopefully we don't get rammed off by the AI. Get crashed into the back of another car on the left hand side that keeps hitting us. Yeah, it's so tricky to see. Thank you. Definitely one of those where you really need to be familiar with the tracking conditions like this. You know exactly what to look out for brake markers and points where to turn in. And this is far from being the cleanest race so far. And why did he just slam his brakes on? Surprised I didn't get a penalty for that, as I did just go straight into the back of him. Just seemed to be like coming out of that corner is where you just put your foot down and accelerate straight out of it, and he decided to slam the brakes on. So up to P10, coming up to the end of the first lap. You need an option to get the windscreen wipers to go a bit faster. Seems like the stewards have been a bit lenient on the penalties though. May have got a slight penalty for that one. Right, now I just need to watch out for cars potentially braking on this little bit. I'm a little bit further back than I was before. That's a tricky one. It's always difficult to see where the curb is on that left-hand side coming into that corner in these conditions. I always like to try and hit that. Oh, heavy on the accelerator coming out that corner. We don't want to spin out. So end of lap 2 and we're currently in P7, 1 lap to go.
Last lap.
Oh, nearly lost it again then. Just a little bit heavy on the accelerator again. To get these wet conditions, we can't quite do that, and my brakes seem to have failed me there. Two cars right behind me. Dropped away from 6th a little bit now as well. It looks like P7 for the final race. A little bit disappointing, but that was tricky conditions on a track I'm not overly familiar with. Definitely need a bit more practice on that one.
Nice work out there. P7.
So yeah, 4th overall. If we've got a couple of places, I think we might have just nipped 3rd place in the series overall, but that is the A-Class series complete. Still nowhere near ready to up the difficulty of the drivers to 6. They certainly need a lot more practice on some of these circuits I'm not overly familiar with. But yeah, there we go. That is the A-Class series complete using the Ford GT 2005. So 3rd place on those ones, 4th on that one. A little bit disappointing, but I've got one left to do, the S-Class series, and then we unlock the Ferrari for this month's, or say this month's, it starts mid-month, runs through to the next month. So yeah, update 1.6 open class tour. So the new one will start in a few days' time. I am away on holiday, so probably be a week or so before I get any more videos done after the S-Class series. Before I get back to it, and hopefully by then I'll have my new profile rig set up and I could be using my new pedals. It might take a little bit to get used to those because they're going to be a big difference from how I've been using these Logitech pedals. And also be nice to get in a better seating position as well for using the pedals rather than the current setup I've got. It's not ideal. Yeah, hopefully we can shave a few tenths of a second off per laps then and get a little bit quicker. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you're enjoying these Forza videos. I'm still new to doing this style of video, so hopefully I can get better the more I do. And yeah, if you're not subscribed to this channel, then please do consider subscribing. I'm going to have some more Forza videos coming up and some Euro Truck as well. Possibly some other games in the future as well as we go. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.